guys, Justin and Frank here, and I am doing a follow-up video. And it is a snowy, cold day in Texas. The power is out, and I am just trying to do my best to get some content out to y'all. So I am keeping zero tolerance model 0640, the Emerson design, beautiful 20 CV blade. People hate on the handles, guys, but I really don't think they're that ugly. I kind of think they're nice. I think they're different. I don't know. It's like gator kind of style. I like green though. Just my preference. But why I decided to keep it, we'll talk about it in a minute. Let's do some everyday comparisons. Compared to a Bic lighter. That's what it looks like. Compared to a 223 round. Common AR-15 round. And a 308 round. Let's also throw in a 38 special round. And a tiny little 380 round. But hey, that's guns that you guys may have, so you may be familiar with. And that's something everyone's familiar with, hopefully. A dollar bill. In comparison, I'll put it at the end. The blade length on this knife, if I haven't said so already, is 3.75 inches. Handle length is about 4.8. 4.9. So that's pretty impressive. I mean, you can see when this thing shuts, there is not much room. But you're not going to cut yourself, but it's tight, and I appreciate that it fit and finish. Let's see if I can flip it over the top. Oh, nope, not quite. I have got it a lot more consistently, but not every time. These Foster bronze washers, let's see if I can get a picture of those, are really nice in use, and they're very smooth. And that's a large reason why I kept this knife. But let's continue with some other comparisons. Pop this thing back open. I'll go ahead and put it on the measuring stick for you. Put up one on so you can see. So that's kind of the total dimensions of it in inches right there. So you can see for yourself. I'll leave it there for a moment while I get a couple knives for comparison. First being the Benchmade Osborne 9400. Classic design. Love that purple backspacer. Had to throw my own clip on it, but you know. Oh well. I need a screw for it. I'll get one eventually. Anyway, let's do the first comparison. Hope I gave you guys enough time to look it down here. Comparing it to these two knives. Obviously you can see the Osborne is much smaller. I mean, it's a different type of knife. This is more of a hard use knife. It could be an EDC knife though, definitely. I consider it an EDC knife. This is not a cheaper, flimsy knife. You could use this harder as well. But I have a little bit lower quality of steel with the S30V, in my opinion. But then the 20 CV on this. The aluminum handles get a little cold, maybe just because I'm freezing right now. But I like the aluminum handles, but even if it's an ugly color, I'll take carbon fiber and titanium over aluminum handles. But I mean, this knife costs pretty similar. I mean, retail on this is about $230, and this is $250, so it's not too different a price range. So I wanted to show the comparison, and I'll show one in Benchmade off the Intel Lurch rather. I got with my initials on it. One of my favorite knives. Slide that up. I'm gonna show you how small it is in comparison. This obviously more of a gentleman's knife, small knife, but just a comparison for you guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move those out of the way for now, and I'm going to pull out some other brands. First, we have the Civivi Nadar or something. I always forget the exact name of this knife, but it's a Civivi. And it's pretty similar in size to this knife, actually. It's a good comparison. This knife is only like 80 bucks, so a lot cheaper. It's going to have 690 steel. Micarta handles, which is not bad. I mean, it's not a bad knife, honestly. For the price, I really like Civivi, and I recommend them highly. but it does have a drop shut detent and the option of the thumb stud, so I could flick it that way or that way, which I really like this knife a lot. So quick plug to the VV right there, because this is my first one, and definitely think I'm going to have a couple more. Alright, let's get a very recognizable knife right here. It was the VV up top for size reference. Spyderco Paramilitary 2 in purple with the S110V steel. The purple edition. I did put my own screws in as well. Kind of similar in size as well. I mean, the blade length is going to be a little bit shorter. This is like probably 3.5 versus 3.75. Handle length is similar though. Let's do a quick size comparison. Let's get the caliber out and just do a handle width on each of these knives. So the width of the handle on this knife is 0.54 inches, which is not skinny but not too thick. And okay, let's compare that to a thin knife like or considered a thin light knife. It's going to be 0.44. So yeah, almost a full tenth of an inch wider on this knife. What about the Civivi? The Civivi comes in at 0.49 or 0.5. So a little bit closer, more in the middle. Let's pull back out that Osborne and see its width. 0.42. That is small. Yeah, you're definitely saving some size. And just for funds, the Impel 0.35. Small. Alright, let's get some other zero tolerances to compare it to. And we will then finally round off with why I'm keeping the knife. Sorry, I just put everything else away. First zero tolerance I'm comparing it to is my other new one. Zero tolerance Tim Kaelin design 0223 with the G10 wraparound and the titanium DLC coating, 20 CV blade with that cool cutout, which is not a weak point according to the designer who has tested it, and I trust him. You can Spidey flick it with that big cutout hole up top, but with this, but I have not mastered it yet, so I'm not going to demonstrate. But in size comparison, even though this is a slightly shorter blade, these knives are pretty similar in total length. The handle on this one is a little bit bigger, and you do get a better purchase, I'd say, especially in the Tonto grip or backhanded grip with that. And like this is very firm too on this knife. Because the handle is so robust, and that's one of the biggest benefits of that knife. But on this one, you have a great grip too. There's really good jimping right here that really lets you dig your fingers in really well. It's very like perfectly textured, not too aggressive, but definitely not too weak either. Definitely gives you a nice, strong, firm grip and allows you to keep a firm, you know, ready to go grip on your knife. So that's a comparison between the 0640 and Emerson design and Tim Galen 0223. And the final knife I will pull out, the in-house design from ZT. This is the ZT 0308. Since we had the 223 and now I'll have the 308 with that cool cutout. I really like that a lot. Some people hate on it, but nice. 20 CV as well. You can see no designer on there, just the serial number and their own stamp, factory in-house. And they did a great job with it. Let me say the pivot on this one is probably the favorite pivot on any knife. This is one of my favorite knives of all time, if not my favorite right now, just because it's such a hard user and it works phenomenally. But it's obviously bigger than both of these. The blade length is actually probably the same. I haven't measured it, and I'm not going to do it right now, but it's, we'll just stack them over each other. Yeah, they're the same, 3.75 I would say. This might be 3.8, yeah, something like that. Small difference, but yeah. Cutting edge obviously is going to be a little longer on this one just because of the belly. But they're, you know, both great knives. I like them all. But let's put them away now and talk about why I'm keeping the 0640. The 0640 is a phenomenal knife. that's why I'm keeping it. Let's say it simply is that these scales have really actually grown on me a lot. I like it. Even though it's going to be a pain in the ass for me to keep it because I put it on the wrong credit card, I will figure it out. And these phosphor bronze washers is honestly the second reason and one of the main reasons I'm keeping it. Also, this is great jimping. This is really phenomenal jimping right here. I think you have a really great purchase on this knife and work with it very well. But these phosphor bronze washers, I mean, man, this knife is a fidget machine, and I love it for that. Zero Tolerance did a great job on it. Anyone who hates the scales, get over it, pick one up. Honestly, I really haven't had issues with this pocket clip, but it's been freezing, so I've just been wearing thermals and sweatpants and stuff. So I'll see when I'm wearing jeans how it rides. I know people have complained about it, but it's an easy fix. I've seen people just do it with little vise and pliers, so I can get that done easily. Let's try that Spyderco clip one last time. Yeah, got it. I put a little wrist into it, but I got it. That's a good way to end the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed wrapping up this conversation. Take care, stay warm, and I'll see you soon.